is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars performed through cards and dice. Classic games on our tabletops. Hello, everybody. This is Apba Brian, bringing to you Apba Baseball Classics. The 15-game season of the 1961 New York Yankees. Today we're going to have the Go-Go Sox, the 59 White Sox. Pitching for the Yankees will be back at the top of the starting rotations. Whitey Ford, the chairman of the board, will be on the mound, left-hander, against the venerable Early Wynn in the 20th year of his career. I personally kind of have a special connection to Early Wynn a little bit, in that I was at his 300-game win, which was in Kansas City Municipal Stadium in 1965. My dad took me to a ball game, and we sat about 10 rows back of the dugout, the visitors' dugout. And the Cleveland Indians had a man playing catch in front of the dugout. I was 10 years old. I was 12 years old at the time. But the Indians had a man warming up, pitching, and he was heavy set. And I said to my dad, why do you have why do we see a coach playing catch in front of the dugout there? Is he going to play in the game? And I said, yeah, that's Early Wynn. He's going to be playing in a game today. We were sitting about 10 rows back of Early Wynn. And as he was warming up, we were sitting about 10 rows back of Wynn. And I found this video on YouTube, and this is me and my dad. You can hardly see it, but my dad has glasses on. He's looking at me sitting next to him, and we're about 8 or 10 rows back of Early Wynn watching him warm up. It's kind of neat to see yourself on YouTube back from 50 years ago, more than 50 years. Whitey Ford, I have a special connection to. I saw him pitch in person in Kansas City Municipal Stadium, and I always liked him because we share a birthday. He was born on October 21st. He was born about a quarter of a century before me. He was born in 1925. All right, let's go down to the field and have the starting lineups for today's game. Before I do that, I made this morning, didn't have a White Sox cap, 1959 Sox, so I had to make one of those helmets. We're at Comiskey Park, and the Yankees are the visitors. Bobby Richardson will lead off and play second base. Tony Kubek's at shortstop. Roger Maris in right field. Mickey Mantle in center field. Elston Howard is at catcher. Moose Gowron's at first base. Yogi Berra is at left field. Clete Boyer is at third base. And Whitey Ford, a grade A pitcher with an X modifier, is on the mound. He was 25-4 in 1961. Now for the 59 White Sox. Louis Aparicio will lead off and play shortstop. Nellie Fox is at second base. Dick Lazuski, first base. Sherm Lauder is the catcher. Al Smith is in which one of these outfield positions? He's in left field. Jim Landis is in center field. Bubba Phillips is at third base. Jim Rivera, right field. And here is Early Wynn. Obviously I saw him pitch in person in 1965. That game, they won his 300th win. I also saw him pitch in an old-time game. He was 22-10 in 1959. He's a grade A pitcher. XW modifier. All right, we're ready to go. Here's the first pitch of the ball game, and Bobby Richardson is up at the plate. We rolled a 2-1. That is a fly ball to left field. Al Fuzzy Smith is under it and makes the catch. Richardson is retired for the first out in the first inning. Tony Kubek. 6-2 is a 32 that's skied to right field. Jungle Jim Rivera is under it and picks it out of the sky. 2 fly balls. and 2 outs for the 61 Yankees. Here is Roger Maris. There's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here for Roger Maris. That is his 3rd home run for the Yankees. There are the visitors. 1-0 New York. So we're not yet a third of the way through this season. He's got 3. There's Mickey Mantle. 35 is a base on balls. Early one says he doesn't want any part of Mantle. Although he was a kind of pitcher that would challenge you, and he would throw at hitters. We talked about Jim Coates yesterday, who hit a batter. So Mantle's at first. There's Elton Howard. 2-6 to Howard. That is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Yankees are done in the top of the first, but they go on 1-0 with the White Sox coming to bat. So Louis Aparicio steps out of the dugout, swinging a couple of bats. He was the go-go in the go-go Sox. There were other players who stole bases, but he stole twice as many bases in 1959 as anybody else in the league. I think he had about 56 steals. Whitey Ford completes his warm-up tosses. He is, again, a grade A pitcher with a X strikeout modifier. All right, here's the first pitch from Whitey to Louis Aparicio. 4-4 roll is an 8 against an A. That's going to be a pop-up to third base, taken by Clete Boyer. 1 down. Here's Nellie Fox, the guy who kind of mentored Joe Morgan when he came up with the Astros. Fox was played his last 2 years with the Houston Colts at the time, but maybe they were already called Astros. But I think they might have been still the Colts. But Morgan really emulated Nellie Fox, including using a bat similar to Fox. And Fox told him, "No, don't go to a thick handle bat like I use. You need to leverage the power that you have." So here's a pitch to Nelson Fox. 6-1 is a ground ball to third base. Boyer is up with it smoothly to throw to first. 2 down. Here's Ted Kluszewski, former Cincinnati Red. Pitch to Big Clue is a 1-2. Ground ball to Bobby Richardson in second. Scoops and throws a Scourin at first. 3 outs. We go to the top of the second. Yankee 1 and the White Sox nothing. All right, early one goes to the man. Complete his warm-up tosses. Once again, he is an A pitcher. X and W modifiers. Does have a walk already in this game. Rick Gowen steps in for the Yankees. Here's a pitch to Moose. 6-4 is a 41. The White Sox are feeling column 1. I guess I got a fog in my throat. Yankees today are feeling column 2. So 41 is an error on the, let's see, Skyland's up. So, yeah, it's an error on Aparicio. E6. Base runner at first is Moose Skowron of the Yankees. There we go. Skowron had, in 1962, next year, he had to deal with a rookie that came up that the Yankees brought up named Joe Pepitone, and Joe Pepitone kept bothering Moose Skowron, telling him that he was going to be replacing him soon, and he would be the Yankee first baseman. Turned out that Pepitone was kind of right, because the Yankees were concerned about their starting staff going into 1963, and they were looking at Stan Williams of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So they made the trade and sent Moose Skowron to the Dodgers, and they took Stan Williams. And when Skowron arrived in Los Angeles, he got a telegram which said, "I told you so, Joe Pep." Here's Yogi Berra. No outs and one on. 5-3 to Berra is a 15. Hit by pitch. Yogi takes first. First and second for the Yankees, nobody out. And here is Clete Boyer. Boyer is kind of struggling so far in this tournament. He has, let's see how he is doing. So Boyer is, only 2 hits and 16 at bats. Let's see if he can pick it up today. 5-1 is a 14, and that's going to be another base on balls. With no outs, the Bronx Bombers have the bases loaded. And somehow I grabbed a different style of pod this morning. We'll go with it. The pitcher, Whitey Ford. White Sox are already down by a run. I think they're going to go ahead and play the infield in for the pitcher. Here's the pitch. 2-2 roll to Whitey Ford. That's an 8 against an A pitcher. Fly out to the right fielder, Roger Maris. And it's going to be a sac fly. So Ford gets an RBI, and Skowron tags up and scores. It's Yankees 2, White Sox nothing. So Whitey Ford helping his cause. Bobby Richardson. 1-5. 1-5 is a 8. And that's going to be a ground out to third. Everybody's going to move up a base, 5-3. So second and third, there are 2 outs. The one that scored in this inning is unearned. He reached base on the air by shortstop Aparicio. Tony Kubek, who flied to right. I want to say hello to Alan Smith, who joins us in the broadcast today. Thanks for joining us. Here's the pitch to Tony Kubek. 6-4 is a swing and miss, strike 3. Kubek's 0 for 2. The Yankees will go down, but they've got 2 runs. It's Yankees 2. And the White Sox of 1959, nothing. Whitey Ford goes back to the mound for his warm-up tosses. He's a grade A pitcher, X modifier. And leading off for the Sox will be cleanup hitter Sherm Lawler. 22 homers in 1959, hit 20 in 58. The White Sox had a really good team in 58. They couldn't quite overtake the Yankees, but they finally did it in 59. But Lawler, his career is ascending at this point of his career. There's a pitch from Ford to Sherm Lawler. 4-5 is going to be a base on balls. Tight strike zone here today, and Sox have a slow runner at first. All the runners rated slow. Let's get this turned right. Okay, slow by the catcher. I play it safe automatically unless I say otherwise. Here's Al Fuzzy Smith. Star football player in high school, grew up in Kirkwood, Missouri, which is a suburb about 20 miles east of downtown St. Louis. And I played at Webster, or he was actually in Webster Groves, I think, when he was in high school. And I don't remember the name of his high school, but anyway, he scored 33 touchdowns as a football player. And some say that he actually had one game where he scored 10. Here's a pitch to Smith. A slow runner at first. We're playing at second. 25 is a 9 against an A pitcher. That's going to be an infield hit for Al Smith, first and second for the White Sox. Nobody out. Jim Landis. Landis played with the Kansas City A's. Most of you know I'm from Kansas City. He played with the 65 A's. So he would have been on that team that I saw with my dad, pitching early wins, 300th win. Pitch to, pardon for hitting the camera. Pitch to Landis. 1-2 is a 25. And that could be a twin killing. It is a double play, 6-4-3. And that changes the complexion of this inning. Puts a runner on third, the slow guy. But now there's 2 outs. And now the 7th place hitter, Bubba Phillips. All right, Whitey Ford will go after Bubba. Here's the pitch from Whitey. 1-6 is a 28, and that's going to be a rollout to the shortstop. And that's it for the White Sox in the second. Promising start, but no go. It's still 2-0 Yankees. All right, Whitey Ford, who's a XW, returns to the mound, and now Roger Maris steps up to the plate. Homered in the first. All right, here we go. It's to Roger. 1-5 is a 8. You can say a pitcher that's going to be an out. Ground out to, let's say I'm on the wrong page. That's going to be a pop out to third base. So Maris is having kind of a weird season. Everything he's hit safely has been a home run. He has only, I believe, 3 hits on the season. Mickey Mantle. 3-2 is a 26. Grounded to Nellie Fox at second base. Throw over to first. Mantle's out. 2 up and 2 down for a win in the second inning, or third inning here. Here's Elston Howard. And 2-4 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. So a better inning for Gus. Early win. We're at the bottom of the third. Yankees 2, Sox nada. All right, Alan says, love how you play Appa Brian. Looks like you are enjoying it. I do enjoy this game. I've played it, I think, since about 1975, somewhere around there. And played a lot of Stratomatic. Love that game too. But over the last 10 years or so, I've been playing mostly Appa. All right, for the White Sox, in the bottom of the third, Jim Rivera steps in against Whitey Ford. Again, AX pitcher. Pitch to Rivera, 6'5", is popped up over toward the dugout. Ellie Howard gives chase, and he makes the catch. 1 down. Scowen was over there, but it was Howard who got it. Here's, let's see, it should be early win. Here's early win. I think I got my people out of order. Here's the pitcher, early win. All right, not a particularly good hitter, but in his 20th year of pitching, he must have pitched. He went through 65. He came up in 1939 with Washington Senators. I have not played Appa on the PC. I'm kind of a cards and dice guy, but I need to take a look at that. As a kid, I played Stratomatic. All right, here we go to early win. 2-5 is a 9. Ground ball to Tony Kubek at second base. He scoops it, throws the Scourin, and about halfway down the line is Early Win. He just turns and goes to the dugout. Louis Aparicio. Off the third, his first time up. 24 is a fly ball to center field, shallow center field. Mickey Mantle is tracking and makes the grab on the run. 3 up and 3 down for the White Sox. We go to the top of the fourth. It's 2-0 Yankees. Yankees come into the game 2-2. They have played the 2 games with the 25 Senators and 2 games with which they beat them twice. 2 games with the 1930 Philadelphia A's, who swept the Yankees. We play a 2-game series with each team and 1 home, 1 away. And then when we get to that 15th game in the 1961 season, we'll try to pick a team that kind of balances out in strength the way the season went. All right, top of the 4, Moose Skowron steps into the box for the Yankees. 6'4" is a 41, and that is going to be another error on the shortstop. Little Louie not having a good day. Little Louie says maybe we need to bring in the Apba error randomizer. Don't have that handy with me right now. Maybe we'll do that going forward. Yogi Berra will come to bat. Skowron, I think, is a slow runner, so we're playing it safe. Yogi, unorthodox hitter, not particular with the strike zone. Here's the pitch to Berra. 1-6 is a 28, and that's going to be a ground ball hit to Aparicio, who flicks the Fox at second. Fielder's choice. Now Berra is the runner at first. And 1 down. Clete Boyer comes up. He walked his first time up. 5-2 is a 27. And that is a X. It's going to be a strikeout. One has a strikeout number on his letter on his card. 2 down. Early Win was a member of the 1954 Cleveland Indians that won the American League pennant, along with a teammate with Al Smith, his left fielder today on that team. Whitey Ford steps up. He got a sac fly his first time up to help his cause and drive in the Yankees' second run of the game. 2-2 is an 8. And that is a ground out to Ted Kluszewski, who flips to Early Win covering. Good to see that Early can still get over there. That's it for the Yankees in the fourth. They didn't score. 2-0 New York. All right, Nellie Fox will lead off for the White Sox. AL All-Star 12 times during his career. Well, the best second baseman of his era. 32 is a 26. Base is clear. That's a ground out to second base. And that Bobby Richardson makes the play. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Here's Ted Kluszewski. Kluszewski came to the White Sox late in the season. I think he came early August. Played in 31 games, maybe late August. Hit 297 for the Sox. Had a great World Series where he hit 391 with 3 homers. Here's a pitch to Kluszewski. 1-5 is an 8 against an A. And that is a pop out over toward third base. Clete Boyer is under it and puts it away. 2 down, Sherm Lawler. 3-6 to Lawler is a 3-3, and that is a pop-up also on the infield. Bobby Richardson's under it and makes the catch. Another clean in for Whitey Ford. He has retired 6-8 in a row. We go to the top of the fifth. 2-0 Bronx Bombers. And the box bombers are at the top of their order. Bobby Richardson will lead it off. He was a roommate, I think we said this yesterday, a roommate of Tony Kubek in the 61 season. 33 is a 7. That's going to be a single to right field in front of Jumbo Rivera, who gets it back in. Yankees have their leadoff hitter on. He has speed at first base. When I have the master symbols on both sets of the cards, and I do today, I go ahead and use the master steal system, and I discount the automatic steal results that come up on rolls. So we're looking at E22, and basically I ignore the letters as well. E22, I still kind of will play it realistic, at least that's the intention. Early wins move to first is +1 to his favor, and let's see, Sherman Lawler has a 3-arm. He was a really good defensive catcher. So that'd be 4 off the 22, 18. That's not good enough. I don't think I'll try it. Could hit and run. Let's do a hit and run. We'll start the runner. Here's the pitch. Kubek swinging 56. 34 is a line drive right at the shortstop. Aparicio, and Richardson's is dead to rights. Double play. So that didn't work out well. Here's Roger. All he does is hit home runs. Hey, thanks for joining me before you go to work. You can catch me about this time every day, and 10 o'clock tomorrow morning I'll be doing Fast Drive Football. But thanks for joining, Alan. Okay, we rolled for Maris, 1-4. That is a 30 fly to left field. And that's the third out. We go to the last of the fifth, halfway point. It's Yankees 2 and the White Sox 0. Al Smith leads off for the Sox. Down by 2. Here's a pitch from Whitey. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Hit pretty deep. Bear is going back to the track and makes the grab. 1 down. Smith's got some power. It's 17. I think he had a year where he had about 26 or 28 with the White Sox. Here is Jim Landis with 1 out. 64. 22. Grounded to, let's see, we're on fielding column 2. Ground ball to Scour, and he flips to forward covering. 3-1. Landis is out. Now, Bubba Phillips. 2-4 is a swing and miss, strike 3. And he becomes Whitey Ford's first strikeout victim today. That takes us to the 6th inning. Yankees are still up 2-0. All right, my favorite all-time player, Mickey Mantle, steps into the box. He's batting left-handed, facing the right-handed Early Wynn. 2 switch hitters squaring off here. Early Wynn as a pitcher was a switch hitter. Here's a pitch to the Mick. 1-5 is a 10 single line drive to center field. Yankees got their leadoff batter on last inning, but he got doubled off on a hit and run play. Mantle's stealing is F35. Now, Ellie Howard, that might be a possibility, but I think normally he wouldn't steal in this situation. He's got a 348 hitter up with 21 home runs behind him. 32 is a 26. That's going to be a fielder's choice, 4-6. Mantle's retired at second. Now Howard is a runner at first. And it works out in the White Sox favor as Ellie Howard is a slow runner. Mantle was a fast one. 1 down, 1 on. Muscowan. 4-1 is a ground ball hit to Aparicio, who flicks the Fox over to first base. It's a 6-4-3 inning double play. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Close ball game, 2-0 Yankees. Bottom of the order, we've got Rivera, the pitcher, then to the top. Jim Rivera was a fast runner. He only stole 5 bases, but he had speed. Remember, Whitey Ford is a ex-pitcher, and he has been rolling along. I don't want to jinx him, but he has retired 11 in a row. Actually, 12 in a row. Here we go. Pitch to Barrett. Or Rivera, rather. 1-1 roll for Rivera, and I just jinxed Whitey Ford. Second column roll for Juggler, and that roll is a drive to right center field between Maris and Mantle. It rolls to the wall. Rivera will get a stand-up double. Lead off the Sox 6th. Pitcher Early Wynn. He will sack. Let's go to the sacrifice page. And 6-5 is a 35. Sacrifice just front of Howard. He throws the oh no, we got I'm on the wrong page. 35 is going to be a strikeout. Excuse me, strikeout. One couldn't get the bunt down. Aparicio is not bunting. He will swing away. Pitch to Little Louie. 4-1 is a 2-4. And 2-4 on column 2 as they pop up on the infield. Tony Kuba flips down the glasses, calls for it, and he's got it. 2 down. Nellie Fox, the only 300 hitter on the team, but you don't want to walk Fox and make Klazuski the potential go-ahead run. So Ford will deal with Fox, lefty on lefty, tough man to strike out. Actually, in his career, he was the 3rd toughest to strike out in baseball history. Joe Sewell was the hardest to strike out career-wise. And Lloyd Wayner is number 2. Fox is still on that hard to strike out list. Here's the pitch to Jimmy Fox. 6-3 is a fly ball. Medium depth center field. Mickey Mantle's under it, and he makes the grab. Takes us to the 7th inning, still 2-0 New York. This game is the first pitchers duel we've had in the Yankee season. The Yankees have had no trouble scoring runs, but the pitching staff has not been overly good. Yogi Berra steps in for the Yankees to lead off the top of the 7th inning. Early Wynn has been matching his counterpart Whitey Ford since the first inning. Really, since he gave up that home run to Maris, he let up an unearned run in the 2nd inning. So the Yankees have only touched early for 1 earned run. 45, though, is going to be a base on balls to Yogi Berra. Hard to walk Yogi, but got it done. Here is Boyer suffering through a 2-for-17 slump. He might bunt, but the pitcher's due up next. No, he'll swing away. Try to fight through this slump. 61 is a 12, and that's going to be a W on the 12, and Early Wynn has that W on his card, so 2 straight walks to start off the 7th inning for Wynn. Sox bullpen is stirring. 1st and 2nd. Let's take a peek over to the bullpen and see who's warming up. And they've got a good bullpen. Looks like Barry Latman. Oh, no, we'll take that back. It's going to be Turk Lown in the bullpen. So Boyer's on first, Bear's on second, Whitey Ford the hitter. Here's grounded at the first and flied out. Let's see. Whitey's got some 14s on his card. He's a patient hitter. And Wynn has a W on his card. Let's go ahead and see what happens without running. 6-3 is a 32. That is skied to right field. Jim Rivera is under it and makes the grab. One down. Bobby Richardson. Two one is a fly ball hit to left field. Al Smith's ball. He's got it. 2 away. Runners hold. And now we've got Tony Kubek. If you can get Kubek when it's thinking, you won't have to face Maris with men on base. Here's a pitch to Tony Kubek. But, not trying to walk somebody, you might groove one. 56, 34 is a pop-up. Kubek did get a pitch to hit, but he pops it up on the infield. Third baseman Bubba Phillips calls for it and makes the grab. Yankees strand 2. It's still 2-0 New York. 7th inning stretch time. We're got a possibility of seeing something you don't see much of in today's baseball. Might get a complete game for both pitchers. It is possible. Kloszewski steps into the box for the White Sox. Here's the pitch to Ted. 1-6 is a 28, grounded to shortstop. Tony Kubek scoops in and throws to first. Plenty of time to nail Ted Kloszewski. Sherm Lawler. Ken Castro joins us today. How are you doing, Ken? Let's go Sox. They're in a tight one with the Yankees, but are running out of time. Here's the pitch to Sherm Lawler. 4-5 is going to be a walk, and that will get the tying run to the plate with one down in the last of the 7th. Lawler takes first. Slow runner. He's got a shot at coming up again in the 9th inning. I think get somebody else. So I'm not going to pitch run. I will play it safe. Fuzzy Smith's the batter. All right, lefty Whitey Ford with the stretch and the pitch. 5-6 is a 34. Popped up high on the infield. Tony Kubek calls for it and makes the catch. Maybe Whitey threw him a wet one. He was known to throw a variety of pitches. Some legal, some not. Here is Jim Landis. 1-4 is a fly ball deep to left field. Going back for it is Yogi. In front of the track, he makes the catch. White Sox are retired in the 7th. We go to the 8th inning. Still 2-0 New York. Whitey Early Wynn is on the mound for the White Sox. He is an AXW pitcher. And leading off the inning here in the 8th inning for New York is Roger Maris. We're in the 5th game of this 1961 season. And Maris, we're trying to see if he can at least get 6 home runs in this series. And so far he has got 3. But he's only 3 for betting ways. He's only 3 for 19. All three have been bombs. Well, here's a pitch from Wynn to Roger. 5-4 is fly to right field. Jim Rivera has got it. One away. Wynn got through Roger Maris. Let's see if he can get through the second of the M&M boys, Mickey Mantle. Mantle is 1 for 2 with a base hit and a walk. 4-5. That's going to be a walk. Mickey takes first. Brings up Ellie Howard. We're using master. We got the master ratings, Ken, for both of the teams, so we're using the master steal situation. And there'll be 5 off Mickey's steal rating, which is, let's see, steal rating is F35, which is pretty outstanding. The F will let him steal with 1 out or tied 16 or later. But so actually in the master game, it would decline him stealing, but I don't go by the letters. And I do think Mantle might go in this situation and try to get in the scoring position. So here we go. Yeah, 35 would be down to 26. Chances of steal will be 11-52. Pretty good catcher back there throwing him out. 31, the make it safe, slides into second base with a stolen base. Scour is next. 267, 28 homers. Hard to walk Yankees because if somebody hits a bomb, then you got extra people on base. So he's going to pitch to the 348 hitter. 41 is a 28. Ground ball to Louis Aparicio at shortstop. Looks the runner back to second and throws the first. 2 outs. Brings up Scour followed by Berra. Pitch from West. 46 is a 24. That's another roller to Aparicio. You know he'll get it. He's been a little shaky today with air, but makes the play. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Six outs left for the White Sox. Yankees 2, White Sox nothing. Bubba Phillips will lead off for Chicago in the last of the 8th inning. It is an excellent matchup, Ken, and we'll be back tomorrow. We'll play it from Yankee Stadium. And I believe that will be Ralph Terry against probably Bob Shaw of the White Sox. Sox aren't decided yet, so we'll mark that as TBA. Bubba Phillips, 1-4, is a fly ball to left field. Yogi's got it. 1 down. Jungle Jim Rivera. And mandatory drop of the dice on the floor. You got to do that once every game. There we go. 3-4 is a fly ball to Mickey Mantle's way this time. Moves to his left, puts down the glasses, and makes the catch. Well, it's going to have to be it for Gus Wynn because they've only got a few outs left. Turkland will come into the game when the White Sox go back out in the field. Pitch hitting for Chicago. See, will be, let's see, hang on. So we'll put Lau on this deck. And the pitch hitter for the White Sox could be no power on the bench except for Romano, 294 hitter, right-handed. So Johnny Romano will come in, pitch hitting duties. Two outs, base is empty. Here's a pitch from Whitey Ford. Actually, we are in the 8th inning. I forgot to change the board. 3-4 is a fly ball to center field. Go to the 9th. It's 2-0 Yankees. Coming in to pitch for the Chicago White Sox is reliever Turk Lown. They had really two great relievers, 59 Sox, Jerry Staley and Turk Lown. Yogi Berra will lead off for New York in the top of the 9th inning. Only up by 2. They scored a single run in the first inning on Roger Maris's home run, and they scored a single run in the second inning. It was unearned when Skowron reached on an air by Louis Aparicio. 6-3 is a fly ball to center field. Jim Landis makes the play. 1 out. Clete Boyer. 6-5 is popped behind home plate. Ellie Howard throws away the mask and makes the catch. 2 outs. I've got some video of him in spring training practicing that play with a machine throwing out pop-ups for him. Whitey Ford is going to throw a complete game, hopefully. So he comes up with 2 outs. Here's a pitch to Ford. It's a 6-4, and that's a strikeout. He's got bigger things on his mind. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Yankees 2 and the Chicago White Sox nothing. Whitey Ford, remember, is a ex-pitcher. Try to close out this game and get the Yankees back on top in the win column. They will be 3-2 if they can win this one. And he'll be dealing with the top of the Sox Sox order, Louis Aparicio. 56 steals in 1959, twice as many as anybody else in the American League. Here is the pitch to Louis. He needs to get on base. 5-1 is a 10, and that is a single to center field line drive, and Louis is on base for the White Sox. Kim, would you still hear? We're looking at whether or not he would be doing the reason would be to get out of the double play. Ford is his move to first is +2, and Howard's a +3 throwing arm, so 5 off Aparicio's steal rating. Aparicio speed is at F19. It's got steal ratings at C31. So C26. Pretty good odds. 11-52. I want to avoid the double play. I don't want this game. He's going to go. There we go. 54. Elson Howard guns down Louis Aparicio at second base. Wow. 2-6. Kubek applying the tag. Fox is still up, but now there's 1 out. And the Sox still need a base runner. 4-3 is a roller back to Whitey Ford. Throw to Skowron at first base. 2 away. And now Ted Klaczynski can't hit a 2-run homer. 4-3 is a 29. That's also rolled back to the pitcher, Whitey Ford, who throws first, closes out the shutout victory. Final score, the Yankees win 2-0. Well, maybe I will not steal. Well, I still think it was the right thing to do, to try to avoid the double play. I think that's maybe what he would do. Anyway, Ford goes 9 innings, throws a complete game shutout. Early Wynn goes 8 innings, gives up only 1 run, so he's a tough luck loser in the game. Let's see how many hits the Yankees had. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 hits for New York. And they committed no errors. White Sox had 1, 2, 3 hits. So the difference of the game was the 2 errors committed by the White Sox. They committed 2 errors. 1 led to an unearned run. All right, the MVP of the game is Whitey Ford. We share birthdays, October 21st. Whitey Ford will be today's MVP. Thank you to Alan Smith for joining this broadcast, and Ken Castro, take care of yourself. Have a good day, and may God bless. We'll be back again tomorrow at 11 with Game 6 of the 1961 season. Thanks for watching.